Hey, Dan Passarelli here. I'm shooting this video about an hour and 15 minutes before the close, but S&P 500's been down all day. It's down 0.7% at this very minute, with the S&P 500 at 682.56. Now, why is the market down? Well, I mean, it's not down a lot, right? It's just retracing back a couple of pretty surprisingly big moves the last 3 days, right? So A, it could just be a little bit of a pullback, but B, the media, which is not always right. That's why I do these videos, to try and set the record straight. The media is kind of saying that it's because of the less of an expectation for future rate cuts, which is completely true and clear. Yes, I mean, there is definitely some truth to that, but I mean, it's not like we're down a whole bunch or anything. So, I mean, it's just a little bit of a pullback, partially with the lack of expectations for rate cuts as a catalyst. Now, the next thing to talk about is Trump and Xi met and everything apparently went splendidly. China agreed to buy more soybeans. Great for American farmers. But the thing I found a little bit interesting here is that China has also agreed to begin the process of purchasing American energy. And this is Trump saying this on Truth Social. And then he goes on to say, a very large-scale transaction may take place concerning the purchase of oil and gas from the great state of Alaska. So, okay, there's that. But I look at crude futures here, which is, if I go to CL, this is the futures. And, futures expire monthly, so they reset once a month. So it's sort of like a rolling contract. I mean, oil's not really up a lot on that news. Not a lot at all. And in fact, natural gas here is actually down a smidge. It's down 3%. So maybe that's all the sort of caveats there. They've agreed to begin the process of purchasing America. What does that mean? Begin the process. So I don't know. A lot of the things that I'm reading that came out of that meeting seem like, okay, we got a deal. They talked about chips, but not the Blackwell chip. Talked about things. China says we're going to work very hard to stop fentanyl. Okay. Okay. Cutting the fentanyl tariffs from 10% from 20%. And then China says they're going to keep the rare earths flowing. But I mean, we know that America is still currently working on different supply chains for rare earths. So, it's kind of a weird meeting with kind of weird headlines revolving around it. And, it seems like not a lot of really super concrete things came out of that meeting, which, hey, man, it's a pretty complex thing that's been going on for a long, long time. And there's a lot of changes that are needing to take place. And, change is hard for everybody. So that might be another reason why we see the market having this teeny weeny little pullback today here. But tomorrow, and one other thing is, we didn't get the Thursday employment report, or unemployment report to be more specific. States which contribute to the federal government to compile that report, they are still publishing their data. So all my number crunching friends out there, you can actually probably maybe piece that together yourself. It would take a whole lot of work, and frankly, I don't know if it's worth it, because the rest of the market isn't doing that. And Now, the market doesn't really seem to care very much about data these days anyway, even if we were getting it. So, probably not worth your time anyway. I hope that helps. This is Dan Passarelli. We'll have more to talk about tomorrow as the week wraps up. Trade smart.